Hello, this is Binny here. Today we're going to talk about breakout. Well, breakout is a common topic. Breakout means that price breakout of a certain price range. But how about those stocks when after they broken out, it ran like double, triple the prices before the breakout price? This is the type of stocks that we are looking at. This is the type of breakouts that I'm going to talk about. So today I'll be sharing 2 Singapore stocks that had a breakout and triple or maybe double its price, and going to talk about one stock that just broken out. So let's continue with the video. Now before this, remember to hit the subscribe button or the like button, or very important, to subscribe for my Telegram channel, because this is the place that I post a lot of updated thoughts, right, on my analysis as soon as I've seen them. First would be Sembcorp Industry. Now, what is unique about this stock here is it transitioned from a traditional gas player disposed of the losing businesses, and right now is known as the leading player in renewable energy in Asia. Now, what it did was that there was a breakout over a long period of time. I'm not talking about a short pattern, but over a long period of time. All right. So, for example, if I start measuring the movement of this, we can see that Sembcorp Industry was trapped between a high of $2 and then around the low of 58 cents. Okay, then when they started the breakout was when they started to trade higher above the known resistance. And the key thing about spotting for those stocks that can run 200-300%, it's about the length of the consolidation, meaning that you want to find consolidation pattern, right, for as long as possible. For example, some of them could be 3 years, 5 years, or even 10 years. Now, if they stage a breakout out of that lengthy consolidation, then this is a good breakout. So for example, for Sembcorp Industry, the start of the high was from 2007 and then all the way until 2022. So 22 minus 7, it's about a 15-year breakout. That means that for the past 15 years, Sembcorp Industry was all along in this consolidation here. Then something happened. What happened? Because of the transition into a new business, and also because it disposed of losing businesses, and that's where it started to stage that breakout. Now, till date, after the breakout, Sembcorp Industry gained about 236%. That means that if you take a look from the breakout point, about $2, it is now trading at $6.87. So if you had basically spotted this breakout and entered upon the breakout, that would be about 200+% return. It's almost like double your money. All right. Now, what is the success of this breakout? It has to do with the lengthy consolidation. That means it is a breakout of that 15-year. Now, the other example that I want to show is this one here. So this is Singtel. Singtel is a well-known stock in Singapore that's in the telco industry. And what happened was that it had been pretty flat from 2015 to about 2024. It means that those who invested Singtel would probably have a flat return unless that you are buying somewhere at the bottom here, right? But if you look at here, something changed fundamentally. That means that in order for the breakout to happen, for investors to endorse Singtel at a higher price than its original highest price ever seen. So for example, every time that Singtel reached 290, it hit the resistance and it moved back down. There must be a fundamental change somewhere around here that resulted in investors willing to buy at a much higher price. And after this breakout, Singtel is now trading near to $4. So whoever who bought at, let's say, around $3 would be seeing a $1 increase. That's about 33% gain based on the buy price. Now, what was interesting about this breakout was that Singtel started this consolidation back in 2015. Now, 2015 to 2024, this is a 9-year breakout. In other words, the longer the duration of that consolidation, and if ever it breaks out, the better it would be. It means that if you are investors, you have been waiting for 9 years, you have been waiting for 15 years, then if price finally broke out, what do you want to do? You want to wait because you have waited for so long already. All right, so now let's come back to the next stocks. which is the stocks that's just broken out. So you want to buy at the point when it's just broken out, or if it ever breaks out, you want to buy when it comes back here to retest that breakout point again, right? Then which is the stock? So this is the stock here. So Sembcorp has just broken out. Now, in fact, that if you take a look at Keppel also had this consolidation. It broke out here. And then what happened, right? At this place here, Keppel started another one more consolidation. Now, this is a month chart. It might not show that it's a long duration. But however, if I were to just measure from this point to this point, then you know that this is an 18 bar. So this is approximately about a 1.5 year consolidation. 18 months of consolidation. And Keppel just had a breakout. Now, let's check that weekly chart here. Now, this weekly chart shows that Keppel has been trading pretty flat, okay? And I won't be talking much about the fundamental of Keppel. You can go to ChatGPT or any of the AI program, key in Keppel and fundamental analysis. You will get a full understanding of what Keppel is doing. But if you take a look at the breakout point, then you know that pretty much Keppel just broken out just last week, and today it's continuing its movement here. Key thing to note, sometimes at the breakout point, you do see an increase in volume, but sometimes at the breakout point, we do not. But we are not seeing any increase in volume or significant increase in volume here. Wow. But this is sort of like compensated with that lengthy consolidation, meaning that this is a lengthy consolidation, and based on what I've observed, that it is probably more useful to observe for a lengthy consolidation than to have volume coming in at the point of breakout. Well, let me know what you think about Keppel in terms of this breakout. But very important, let's say for example, now if you think that Keppel is too expensive, then what can you do if you would want to tap into opportunities in Keppel? If you're looking for short-term trading into Keppel, then two instruments. Number one would be warrant. So I have here under warrants.com.sg Keppel contract, and if you were to click on the call, this would be the call warrant for Keppel. Now the other way is to look at DLCs, which is daily leverage certificates under the underlying Keppel. We have the daily long, which gives you the bullish exposure, and then we have the Keppel DLC's contract here. Personally, I like to monitor for breakout when it's out of a consolidation pattern of about 1 to 3 years. Now, I find that you don't need to wait too long for this trade to happen, and at the same time, it can result in a much more sustainable price movement. Share with me your experience on trading a breakout. I know that a lot of students came to me and say that when they did the breakout, it's usually resulted in a failed breakout. And in my own course, I'm actually trading on wash and rinse, which is a failed breakout. But one key thing, very important, yes, breakout can be successful, but only if you can look at two things. One is the duration of that consolidation pattern. The longer, the better. Ideally for me, 1 to 3 years. And in stocks, you want to look for an increase in volume, but sometimes that increase in volume just doesn't come in yet. Alright, I come to the end of this video, and thanks a lot for watching. I see you in my next video, and remember to hit the subscribe button if you do like the content.